In the crucible of time, before the world was painted with hues of green and sky, there existed only a primordial expanse, a void cradled by the infinite. In this nothingness, a cosmic seed stirred, a dream of life within the mind of Nyame, the sky god. This dream was Djoliba, the river of souls. Nyame, in a gesture of creation as profound as the cosmos itself, summoned Djoli, a celestial being of liquid light. Djoli descended, a radiant meteor plunging into the heart of the void. Where her essence kissed the formless, a fissure opened, and from its depths, Djoliba surged forth. It was a birth, a cataclysmic event that marked the dawn of creation. The river was more than water, it was a living entity, a pulsating vein of the world's spirit. Its waters, a liquid mirror, reflecting the heavens, held within them the secrets of life and death. Fish, ancient and wise, navigated its depths, their scales shimmering like stardust. Along its banks, trees, as old as time, stood as guardians, their roots delving deep into the river's soul. To safeguard this sacred lifeline, Nyame fashioned Fambali, a serpent of shadow and water, a creature as vast and ancient as the river itself. Fambali was no ordinary serpent. Its form was a living paradox, a confluence of darkness and light. Its eyes, twin moons in the subterranean depths, held the power to calm the fiercest storm or unleash the most devastating flood. For millennia, a delicate equilibrium prevailed. The people, born of the river's embrace, lived in harmony with its rhythm. They honored the river with songs and prayers, offerings of gratitude that ascended to the heavens. In return, Djoliba bestowed upon them abundance, its waters nurturing their fields and quenching their thirst. Fambali, the silent guardian, slumbered in the river's heart, a watchful sentinel against the encroaching darkness. But as the sun climbed higher in the celestial arch, casting longer shadows across the land, the hearts of the people began to darken. Greed, an insidious serpent, slithered into their souls, corrupting their minds. They began to exploit the river, their insatiable hunger for wealth and power eclipsing their reverence for the sacred. The forests, the river's lungs, were felled with reckless abandon, their absence leaving the land exposed and vulnerable. Fambali stirred. At first it was a subtle tremor, a barely perceptible ripple in the river's rhythm. But as the desecration continued, the tremors grew stronger, the river's demeanor more erratic. Floods, sudden and violent, swept away villages, leaving behind desolation. Droughts, as relentless as fate, withered the land, turning fertile fields into barren wastelands. Fear, a cold and insidious companion, crept into the hearts of the people. They sought solace in the words of the griots, the keepers of memory, whose voices carried the echoes of ancient wisdom. The griots spoke of balance, of harmony, of the sacred covenant between man and river. They warned of Fambali's wrath, a fury that could consume the world in a cataclysmic conflagration. Desperation, a bitter fruit born of their folly, drove the people to repentance. With heavy hearts and trembling hands, they began the arduous task of healing the land. They planted trees, their saplings a testament to their hope. They cleaned the polluted waters, their labor a prayer for forgiveness. Slowly, the river began to respond, its mood softening, its waters once more a mirror of the sky. Yet, the legend whispers that Fambali sleeps, not dies. Its slumber is a watchful pause, a moment of respite before the inevitable storm. For should the people forget the lessons of the past, should they once again turn their backs on the river, Fambali will awaken. And when it does, the world will tremble, and the river will rise, not as a giver of life, but as a harbinger of destruction. In the end, the fate of the land rests in the hands of its people. Will they honor the river, their lifeblood and soul, or will they condemn themselves to oblivion? The answer lies in the choices they make, in every action, in every thought. For the river remembers, and it will not forgive.